We are sanding a massive Victoria-era house in Three Oaks, Michigan. It's a rental property, so it's a little rough. You can see we've got stains, scratches everywhere. But we're going to get this thing cleaned up pretty well. Let's start off here with our belt sander. This is an American Sanders Floor Crafter, and it's a 220-pound machine. It applies a ton of pressure to the floor. So we've got a 40 grit belt on there, and we're just taking as much off as we can in this first pass. And this is going to remove all the stains as much as they'll come out. It's going to remove all the scratches. After your first pass, you're really just making the floor feel smooth. You're no longer trying to dig out scratches. So after we finish that 40 grit pass on the big machine or the belt sander, we're going to do the edges. And I want to point out that the trim is still on. So in an old house like this, you've got three different pieces of trim, really, that touch the floor. You've got your baseboard, which is that massive, I mean, this is like a 12-inch base. There is no baseboards larger. And then you've got a quarter round in some areas. On a rental property like this, it's not even a question whether you're going to take off the quarter round. In a nicer home, we would recommend that it comes off. But at the end of the day, if the customer wants to save money and leave it on and just paint it when we're done, we're going to let them do that. So we're now running a buffer with a special head on it all over the floor. This is just going to take any little imperfections that are still there and get rid of them. And then we're going to go around the edges with a simple orbital sander. And we're just looking for scratches from the edge. We want it to be perfectly smooth, no scratches. Then we're going to scrape our corners with a special floor scraper. And then at that point, you just need to get the floor super clean. Now, this is really hard to do in a house of this era. There's going to be stuff falling off the trim, the walls, coming up from the cracks, the vents. There's definitely going to be some stuff in the final coat on a house of this age, but we're going to do the best we can. When it comes time to apply the finish, actually with everything, it's more work when the floors have a pattern like this because you always have to work with the grain of the wood. So you can see we're working each section of the floor in its own direction. While you watch us work, let me take a quick second to tell you about the sponsor of this video. The Industrialist is a newsletter that goes out 3 times a week. It tells you the news and it tells you how to make more money in your business, but it does not have the fear-mongering, the distractions, the drama, the things that get you out of a calm state. It's distraction-free to help you stay on track to grow your business and make more money. They will not spam you. It's distraction-free. It's super high quality. I subscribe myself. So click the link down below, put in your email, and check it out. We've now applied 2 coats, and we just finished running the buffer over it. To make it real smooth, we're going to back it up again, and then we're putting the final coat on. This is an oil-based polyurethane, and it takes about 8 to 12 hours to dry. When we're putting this final coat on, we're just going to be super careful to make it as smooth as possible, trying to avoid all roller marks. And as you go, especially in an older home like this, you've got to pick up the pieces as they fall in. There's going to be plaster and paint falling off the walls. But if you're really patient, you can get a really nice product regardless. So here it is. Thanks for watching, guys, and let us know what you think in the comments.